Hi, I'm Anna. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I teach yoga, mobility and movement. And today we are doing a mobility practice for the hips. So quite a bit of strength work for the hips and also some nice flexibility and stretching as well. So we're going to come over onto all fours and just start with some little spinal waves from the knees. So rocking back to a child's pose with the toes tucked under. Then we're going to start to roll forward. So think about the wave starting at the base of the spine, slowly moving up along each vertebra. Hips drop down, abdomen drops down, and the chin comes up last, and the gaze. Tuck the chin under, press the ground away, and wave all the way back to your starting position. And again, so here we're moving nice and slow, no need to rush. The arms stay straight throughout. And what we're really looking for is that movement along the spine. Last one. Nice, coming back to all fours. And here we're going to jump into some hip cars. So keeping a nice neutral spine, a little tuck under of the pelvis. We want to maintain this nice long low back. Let's start with the right leg. We're going to maintain our nice stable position as we lift the right leg out to the side, opening the hip. From here, we're going to circle all the way back. Don't let that low back arch. Coming all the way down towards the mat and go again. Nice. Try not to hold the breath here. Just keep the breath going nice and steady and even. Try and keep the circle nice and smooth. So we want to be moving at the same pace throughout. Nice, bring it all the way down. I'm going to go straight over onto the other side. So left leg, we're going to take it all the way out, opening the hip, circle it back, nice neutral lumbar spine, down towards the ground. Nice and steady and even. Keep pressing the hands down into the mat to give you that foundation. Nice, last one. Knee as high as you can. Circle it around. All the way down. Nice, back to the right side. We're going to change the direction. So this time the knee is going to go back first, then open it out, bring it down. Nice, nearly there. Smooth as you can with those circles. And bring it down. Switch it straight over, left side. Nice little tuck with the tail. If you're getting sore at all in the lower back, it's probably because you're starting to arch. So really try tuck the tail, and you might need to keep the leg a little lower if you can't maintain that position with the back, with the leg high. Okay, bring it up and around. One. Keep breathing. Try not to hold the breath. Last one, nice and smooth and controlled. And down. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take frog position. So coming lengthways on your mat so you can get a little bit of padding. And taking the legs apart, keeping the foot like in line with the knee for now. And then coming down onto your forearms onto the floor. So here we want to tuck the tail under again. So we have that nice long low back. And here we're going to take some little leg lifts with the foot. So let's do one foot at a time. We're going to lift the right foot up and drop it down. So as high as you can with that foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, hold the foot up for 5, 4, 3, keep driving it up, 2, 1, bring it down. Left side, retuck the tail, and 1, 2, 3, nice, keep lifting it higher if you can, 4, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Now we're going to try for both feet together. You might find you can't lift them as high with this. Retuck the tail and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, bring them down. Here we're going to see if you can rock the hips back slightly till you feel that sensation through the hips, that stretch sensation in the groin and hips if you're not feeling it already. But here we're going to take a more passive version. So you might see if you can lengthen the knees apart slightly, keep the tuck through the tail, and we'll hold here. Breathing down into that pelvic space, into the hip space. Really direct your breaths there. Nice and deep, long breaths. Okay, shift the hips forward slightly, bring the feet together and see if you can press yourself back to a kneeling position. From here, going to bring left leg forward into a pigeon type position and take the right leg back. So you're in this 90-90 position. See if you can think about driving that right glute and hip down towards the floor so we're not lifted up too far. Nice. From here, take your left hand down to the floor. Going to open up the elbow towards the ceiling of the right hand. And then see if we can twist and take that right elbow down towards the floor. Touch if you can. Open out. Nice. And bring the other hand down. Okay, from here, bringing each hand sort of either side of the thigh, or you can have them in front, wherever feels comfortable. And we're going to take some knee lifts on the back leg. So press the front leg into the floor and then lifting that right knee up towards the ceiling and slowly back down. Nice, really lift it up. High as you can. Last one, open out and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Beautiful. Then we're going to take some little circles or semicircles on the back foot. So we're going to lift the back foot up and take it out to the right slightly. Then a little rainbow over to the left. Nice. High as you can. Really take that foot up. And last one. Nice. And from here, we're just going to switch over onto the other side. So right leg is at the front and take the left leg back. And we're in our 90-90 position here. Right hand out to the side. Bend that left elbow up to the ceiling. Keep thinking about driving this left hip down towards the floor. And we'll take our twist here. 1. Really open out at the top. Getting a nice little T-spine and shoulder stretch here. Nice, bring that hand down. Take the hands to the floor. We're going to take our knee lifts here. So driving that back knee up towards the ceiling for 1, 2. Keep pressing this front leg down into the floor. We're avoiding rotation through the torso. We want that all to come from the hip. I'm talking too much, lost count, but I think we have one more. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Okay, we've got our little semicircle lifts at the back here. So lift that back foot slightly out to the left and over to the right. 1. Nice. Again, we're trying to make these nice and smooth. Nice, and down. Beautiful. Coming over onto your bum. Take the hands behind you and windshield wiper the feet, or the knees, sorry, side to side. Okay, coming back to center. So this time we're just going to drop the right knee in, left leg stays where it is, and keep that right glute on the mat. Don't allow it to lift and just drive that knee down as far as you can. Lift that one back up, left side, down towards the floor. Keep that left glute down on the mat. And bring it back in. Nice. One more on the right. Drive it down. And left side. Drive it down towards the floor. And back. Nice. Bring the legs in. So now we're going to try some 4 position lifts. So coming back into that 4 position that we were in before. And from here, so to start with, you're going to have the foot in line with the knee. You can change that up depending on how difficult you find these as we go. So the idea here is we're going to lift up. You can use hands if you need to press into the floor. We're going to lift all the way up, drive the hips forward at the top. As we come back down, I want you to think about this back hip coming towards the floor first. It won't touch first, but we want to use that cue to drive that hip back as much as possible. If that was really challenging for you, bring the foot closer into the bum. That will make it a bit easier. If you want more challenge, you take that foot further out away from you. Okay, let's reposition here. So we're lifting up. Slight twist to the right as we come up. As we come down, left hip drives down towards the floor. And back up. Remember, you can use the hands if you need that little bit extra support. Okay, last one. This time we're just hovering off the floor and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit down. Whew. Switching over. Now you've got your left foot in front, right foot back. Take whichever foot position that you need on the back leg. Prepare, and hands if you need as we come up. Drive the hips up, slightly into the left. As we come down, right hip tries to come down to the floor first. Really think about driving that right hip down. Nice. Last one, we're going to hover, hold just off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Nice. Coming back to feet on the floor in front of you, and a few more of these. Nice little recovery windshield wipers. Okay, from here, we're going to take the left leg out to the side and tuck the right foot back towards you. So in like a seated Cossack squat here. From here, I want you to see if you can pull yourself forward so you come off the bum. So now we're off the ground here. You can support yourself with forearms down or just hands down in front of you. And we're going to rotate this left hip. So rotate that foot down towards the floor. We get internal rotation on this left hip. And then drive it back up and see if you can even take the toes slightly back away from you. And down towards the floor. And back. 2, down. 3. 4, 5, and see if you can sit all the way back down, and we're going to do some knee drops with this right leg here. So knee drops down towards the floor, open out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. See if you can, with or without hands, get yourself back up off the floor and transition over to the other side. So all the way over, drop it down to the floor. Okay, and then see if you can peel yourself back up off the floor. And we'll just move back slightly here. Okay, hands down or forearms down, support you, and let's take our foot drops. Drop it down, 1, 2, see if you can take the toes back a little bit as well. 3, 4, 5. Sitting down onto the floor, we're dropping this left knee down, with or without the hands. If you need them for support, you can have them down, otherwise challenge yourself a little bit more. Nice, well done. Okay, from here, bring the feet back in front of you, push yourself up into a squat. Okay, a couple of options here. First one we can do with the hands. So we're in the squat and we're going to use the hands on the floor and support us to lower down to the side. From here, we push back up into the squat. Other side, lower down and back up. You can try without hands. We don't want to plonk down. With control, we sit. All right, and returning to the squat. Our last movement today, we're going to take a nice relaxed pigeon to finish off after all that really active mobility work. So a couple of options. You can take a traditional type pigeon, which is obviously this position, and just taking the shin at a distance that is good for you. What we don't want is we really try hard to get this shin forward, but that means we're sort of up here. It's not really going to do much for us. So where you can keep the hips mostly square, but really what we want to focus on is that sensation through the left front glute and maybe even down into the hip there as well. That's option one. If you want to take a modified version, we in our 90-90 position that we were doing earlier, and you can lean forward and take your passive pigeon from here. All right, we're not here for long, so let's get into it. See if you can relax as much as possible here. Releasing the tension through the face, the jaw, the shoulders. Okay, starting to come up. I'm going to go straight over onto the other side, so just switching over, setting up, taking a few moments to get your position. Again, release that tension through the jaw, shoulders. The belly is another place that many of us hold tension. Release the belly. Lengthen the breath. Nice, slowly make your way up. Oh, come back to the center. And we'll leave it there today. Hope your hips are feeling good. Mine are going to be a little bit sore tomorrow, I think. And I hope yours are too. So it's really important to build strong mobile joints as well as incorporating some passive stretching into your routine. I hope you enjoyed that class, and let me know in the comments what kind of classes you would like to see from me, and please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out if you do that. All right, thanks so much. Have a nice day. Bye.